money depression or loneliness? Which one is the best? That is, you are depressed because you are lonely, or you are depressed because you don't have money. Which one do you think is the best? Why am I saying this? There are lots of people, they will come up like, oh, in the Western world, it's so lonely, oh, it's so depressing, oh. Okay, at least you are comfortable. You can have your 3 square meal. The basic needs of life, you will get them. Then you see some people also preaching, hey, if you have 100 million, if you have 30 million in Nigeria money, stay in Nigeria, oh, don't travel, oh, there's nothing here, blah blah blah. So in all of this, you are talking about loneliness in the Western world, and somebody is crying of depression of money in Africa. Which one is better? I know if you are depressed that you don't have money, it's not good. If you are also lonely, it's not so nice. But if you have money, with money, you can take care of loneliness. It's just that lots of people, they are greedy and selfish. Because if you have money, there are certain things that you can do that will occupy you. But they don't want to spend money. Nothing is free at all. Nothing is free. And they like the situation, people living in the Western world, the men, normally in Africa, when you close from work, you go and gather in one bar, a beer parlor, pepper soup joint, talking, gisting, drinking. They will get home late in the night. In the Western world, those things are not possible. You do that once in a while. Everybody is busy. You have things occupying you. So I don't see any reason why you should complain of loneliness in the Western world. Then for those that are saying if you have 30 million in Nigeria, don't come to the Western world. Please, if you have luck or you have any opportunity for you to travel to the Western world, just do it. The only thing I will say, when you are too grown, you are too old, it will be difficult, except you really have people who will support you. But when you are old, you are like in your 60s or late 50s, it's a little bit difficult when you come to the Western world, because plus and minus, before you will say you are going to settle down, it will take another maybe 5 years. So, and it becomes difficult for you to get jobs because you are coming abroad in your 50s. How many years is pension? So that is the only thing that is, I would say, okay. Otherwise, for the rest, I beg. When you are in the Western world, you are not crying about lights, water, electricity. Basic needs in the Western world, you get them. I spend more money when I go to Africa for basic needs than in the Western world. In the Western world, if you don't have enough income, depending on the country you are living, you can get assistance from the government. You can get some tickets, some coupon that you can go to collect food. You see, like, let me use bread for example. Bread in Africa, they call it rich man's food. But in the Western world, bread is the poorest food because you can afford bread. And whatever you need to eat it, you can afford it. Do you know that last week, I went to the grocery store, and they do this all the time. Bread that they sold for today, at the end of the day, when it's getting late in the evening, they will bring that bread to 50 cents, to 25 cents. 50 cents, 25 cents, we are talking of 400 naira or 200 naira. It's not half bread, though, full loaf of bread. I think I'm going to put the picture so that you will see what exactly I'm talking about. Then that evening, if you didn't buy, after that evening, the next day, they can also put that bread for free. That after the next day in the afternoon, people can go there. They would say, take the bread for free. So you can even have free bread. Not only bread, though. Sometimes like this on a Saturday, in some grocery shop, they will bring lots of food items. Especially when they see food that is like 1 month, 2 weeks to expire. They will let you know it's going to expire in 2 weeks or 1 month. So if you know it's something you can use, they will pack everything out. You can take them and you try to use them before the expiring date. So all these things to help you if you are in that kind of low income class. They actually give them paper every week. They go to somewhere to collect foodstuffs, which those things you don't have in Africa. Then somebody will come and say, hey, stay in Africa. Oh, if you have 30 million and you want to invest it for you and your family to come to the Western world, plan yourself well. Plus or minus 5 years, it will take you people to settle down. And that 30 million, you will get it back. You will get it back if you have the opportunity. So, when I see people just talking, I'm like, they just come, they say all kinds of things. If you have opportunity to japa, except if you don't have it, that is it. There are so many things. In Africa, with medicals, to even diagnose the right disease or the right sickness for doctors this time around, some of them is difficult. Some of them, sometimes they don't have what it takes, the equipment, they don't have it. You will die. The medications, fake, is full in the market. Sometimes you see people, even if you don't have money, you are not rich, you are comfortable in the Western world, your skin looks good because there is no you have light 24/7, water. In Africa, you have to look. Some people, they don't have light, heat. You don't drink good water, not to talk of good food. So tell me, is it not better to come to the Western world, and when you are working with money, you can create fun for yourself, forget about loneliness, plan yourself. So this thing that they are putting in people's head, if you are comfortable, you are okay in Africa, fine, stay there. But if you are not and you have opportunity, japa, that is it. And do it early, not when you are too old. When you are too old, it's difficult. And look for the right information. That is more important. So, leave your comments and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.